In 1944, he single-handedly begins publishing and distributing Back to Godhead, a fortnight. The first issue addresses the crisis of war. The Second World War within 20 years is scourging the earth. Back to Godhead points out that people throughout the world want an end to war. But so often they want God's kingdom without God, and they cannot have it. All our plans will be doomed to failure by our own selfishness unless we turn to God. After the war, a boy Charan moves to Jhansi and founds the League of Devotees. He prepares a charter for an international organization, its members dedicated to a peaceful, God-centered life. Acharya Prabhupada, his first disciple, remembers. He was always teaching Krishna consciousness, and people came to him for knowledge. After hearing from him, many wanted to become his disciple. He told them, I can make you my disciple, but first you please chant the names of God and give up cigarettes, meat eating, illicit sex, and gambling. But few people would agree to give up these habits. Then he said, Indians are imitating the Westerners. I will make disciples in the West. Then when the Indian people see Westerners following religious principles, they will also follow. Following tradition, at age 58, a boy Charan retires from family life, and 5 years later accepts the renounced order. He is now known as A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. He lives alone in the historic medieval temple of Radha Damodar in Vrindavan, engaged in deep studies and writing. It was in Vrindavan that Lord Krishna revealed his pastimes 50 centuries ago, and saintly persons throughout the ages have worshipped this land as the most sacred on earth.
Hare Krishna. It's really difficult once you start the routine, everyone too. It was just nice. We wanted to start a little bit with seeing Srila Prabhupada, hearing a little bit about Srila Prabhupada. Anyone's here for the first time? Very first time? Beautiful.
I was here for Diwali.
Yes. What is your name?
It's Rupkata.
Rupkata.
Yes.
Okay, nice to see you, Rupkata. Thank you for coming back. Anyone else here for the first time? Okay, beautiful. What's your name?
Liana.
Liana and? Mark, nice to see you both. Thank you also for coming. Were you here also for Diwali? Or this is your very first time ever? Okay. What brought you out this evening? What made you decide to come tonight of all nights?
Kirtan.
Kirtan, okay. So you're going for the kirtan downstairs. Okay, beautiful. So it's nice to have you all with us. It's only my third time here, so after you come in 2 more times, you get to stand here and do what I do. And you guys have a couple more times. So it's a beautiful evening. It's a very special day for us here in the temple at the Bhakti Center. So we definitely want to thank you all very much for taking your valuable time to be here with us this evening. We were watching a little video here about Srila Prabhupada. So we have a Murti or deity statue here of Srila Prabhupada that we have in all of our temples across the globe. To honor and glorify this extraordinary personality. And you can hear more about his life. We'll hear this evening some offerings, and the video will show a little bit about the beginning of his life. So, Srila Prabhupada for us, he is the, I guess you could say the main guru or teacher. He translated so many books, over 60 volumes of books from the Sanskrit language into English. And his life story is really exceptional and remarkable. And so today we'll be honoring the day of his passing away. So we call it a Tirubhav, which means the day that he kind of disappeared, or we no longer get to see him or have his personal association anymore. So he departed in 1977, which was 47 years ago on this day. In the holy land of Vrindavan, which I think the video was just showing a little bit about that. So he was in Vrindavan, and it was around 7:30 p.m. in the evening when he passed. So this evening at that time, we'll be marking that time by singing also and performing some worship and honor of him at that time. So like that, it's a good, beautiful evening, a very special evening to be here also for us. You'll be downstairs singing and doing kirtan also, honoring Prabhupada in that way. So we're going to do a little chanting, I think, now, just to occupy ourselves. And at 7:15, we're going to do what's known as a Pushpanjali. So this is a beginning kind of offering or worship to Srila Prabhupada. We'll all have some flowers, and we'll chant some Sanskrit mantras. We have our head priest who will be here, and he'll lead us in that, and we'll all offer some flowers. After that, we'll sing Guru Puja, and then we'll kind of return to our seats, and everyone will get an opportunity to make some offerings. So if you haven't already penned any offerings down, then you can write a few words of gratitude, because on these days it's nice to remember and appreciate these great personalities who've gifted us and made us so fortunate in so many ways, made us rich in so many ways, so like that. Okay. Anyone has any questions? Anything else? So after the offerings, we're going to offer candles, because we are in the month of Kartik, so it's a special time. So we'll be offering candles at around 8:30, and then last but not least, no festival is complete without prasadam. Yes, so there will be prasadam also at 9 o'clock served. So like that. So thank you all very much for being here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, Purnami Marpu. Saraswati Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you once again for coming to this very auspicious occasion, the Disappearance Day of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So as I mentioned a little while ago, actually this day is very sad because Srila Prabhupada disappeared from our mortal vision. But we also know that for the lives of great souls like this, Srila Prabhupada himself used to give the example that just like the sun rises and the sun sets, it appears before our eyes for a short time and then it disappears over the horizon, the western horizon, and that way great souls come into this world and we experience them for some time and then they disappear from our vision, but it doesn't mean that they ever leave. And they're always with us. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains, he reasons ill who says that Vaishnavas die, for they live on in their sound vibration. So in their lives, they spent their lives trying to give all of us spiritual knowledge through the form of sound vibration. And then after they pass, we continue to be with them and experience them in that sound vibration. So like that. So now we'd like to ask His Grace Vasudev Prabhu to lead us in Pushpanjali and explain everything to us all so we're knowledgeable of what we're doing. Krishna. Vasudev Prabhu ki.
Hare Krishna. So now we'll offer Pushpanjali. Pushpa means flower, Anjali means folded hands. So you offer flowers in a respectful way. So the idea is I'll be chanting many, many prayers to Srila Prabhupada, but not just to Srila Prabhupada, all his predecessors, our entire lineage going back all the way to Lord Chaitanya, to Lord Krishna, and their associates. So Srila Prabhupada represents, the Guru is not just the Guru, he's not a self-made man, let's say, to use some New York language. He represents Krishna and he represents an entire tradition. So we worship him today as the representative of that entire lineage, that entire tradition. So I ask you all to please stand up and come a little bit closer. So I'll be chanting responsibly. You can try to follow along. And then in the end, we can all take some flowers. And when I say Esha Pushpandili, you can offer some flowers to Srila Prabhupada. Just don't throw. You can just come forward and offer it. Yes, you can pass it out actually. So we will all be offering flowers 3 times. So whatever flowers you get, please divide it in 3. Some of you may be very, very new to this. I see some kind of newer faces here. If you don't feel so comfortable about this, it's okay. You can just watch the whole thing. So, just be comfortable. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya
Manobhishtam Tapitam
Yena
Bhutale
Swayam
Rupa
Ramayam
Ati
Svalantikam
Vandeham Sri Guru
Sri Yutapadakamalam
Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Hamsajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Deve Daitaya Prabhavaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Vinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Apasiddhanta Dvantaharine Sambodhe
Padambhojaya
Padambhojaya Te Namaha Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaurashakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaurabhibhava Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jaganathaya Te Namaha Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripasindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvise Namaha Panchatattva Atmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Jaina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostite Jayatam Surata Mango Mama Manda Matergati Matsarvasya Padambhoja Radha Madana Mohana Divya Vrindaranya Kalpa Srimadaha Srimad Ratnagara Simhasana Srimad Radha Srila Govindadeva Krishtalipi Sevyamano Smarami Sriman Rasa Prasarambhi Amshivata Tatasita Karshan Venu Svane Gopinatha Shriyastana Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnapristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi
Deshatarine Desha
Pushpanjali.
I'm Vishnupad Paramahamsa Vairaj Gacharya Stotra Shadis Divine Grace Srimad Abhaycharanar Vindu Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Namaho
Namaho
Vishnupadaya
Vishnupadaya
Krishna Pristhaya
Krishna Pristhaya
Bhutale
Bhutale
Srimate
Bhaktivedanta
Swamin Namine Namaste
Namaste
Saraswati Deve
Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Esha Pushpanjali.
I'm Vishnupad Paramahamsa Vairaj Gacharya Stotra Sat His Divine Grace Shri Srimad Abhay Charanar Vindu Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Namaho
Namaho
Vishnupadaya
Vishnupadaya
Krishna
Krishna
Pristhaya
Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Esha Pushpanjali.
Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Vairaj Gacharya Stotra Shadis Divine Grace Shri Srimad Abhay Charanar Vindu Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
So, it's about the exact time Srila Prabhupada left this world in 1977. That is how many years ago? 47 years ago. So it's customary that we worship Prabhupada at this exact time. So Arjuna Prabhu, we're very fortunate. Arjuna Prabhu is here with us today. He'll be offering arti to Srila Prabhupada, and we can all chant Guru Vandana prayers in honor of Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai
gati aise uttama gati Gati
Srila Prabhupada, Srila Mahabharata, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. So now we're going to have some offerings for Srila Prabhupada. So everyone can maybe come forward and we can sort of crowd around in a circular formation, I guess, around Srila Prabhupada so that we can see Srila Prabhupada as the offerings are being made. And I'm sure all of you have prepared your offerings. You worked on them for the last couple of months, probably, preparing for this evening. Yes? Everyone can say, yes, Haribol. So all of you who said yes, Haribol, we have you on camera now, and we know who to ask first to make their offerings. So we'll pass the mic to you, and we'll ask some of our senior members. Of course, I'm a little new here. I don't know all the senior most members. Of course, Arjuna Prabhu was here. He has left. He was our senior most. But we have Jayanta Prabhu, so we'd like to ask him. He's senior by years, not just by age and beauty.
Well, I had the great privilege of seeing Srila Prabhupada a couple of times. So I think I have at least a moment of association, as they say. I know I saw him at the airport, at JFK Airport, when he was coming from someplace, I don't remember where. And quite a few people were there. And there was like a little row of people, and he was walking through, and people were doing their prostrations, but I know I stood up and I saw him looking at me right in the eyes, a very, I'd say, an expression that I've never really figured out. There was some meaning to it, but that moment has always stayed with me, and I've yet to get to the bottom of that, the look that he gave me. There was so much depth in it, and I think just that has actually been a very big source of comfort to me over all these years. I know that a few days later he gave a talk at the old Brooklyn Temple on Henry Street, and I brought a couple of my friends along who were curious, and I remember Prabhupada was walking through everyone, and everyone was prostrating, and my friend, who was another Brooklyn kid, just stuck out his hand, and Prabhupada shook his hand, without giving it a thought. I said, what are you doing? Everyone is bowing, and you're shaking hands. I said, well, that's what I was taught to do when you respect someone. So he had his moment too. So, and we're all having our moment now, and I think we're all blessed. So thank you very much.
Haribol, Jay.
Yeah.
How old were you?
73.
No, how old were you?
Then I was 19.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, Prabhu? I'd like to wish you a Nice to see see you. I'm always seeing you virtually. Beautiful to see you here in person.
I would have to say that Prabhupada stole my heart. I never met him in the flesh, but when I moved into the temple a day after I graduated high school, that year was the year we got back 26 2nd Avenue. And it was a very sweet time. Devotees that no longer would go to a temple would wander into 26 2nd Avenue and share their stories. It was very sweet. I wish I had more of a memory bank. I kind of, when I meet devotees from that time, I ask them to please share. But anyone that did speak about Prabhupada to me, their lives were changed. And I would have to say that I saw special things at 2nd Avenue that I didn't see elsewhere. And I had a very great opportunity that we would have Prabhupada Leela night. And I hear you still have that. It used to be on Tuesday nights, actually. And if somebody didn't come to speak, we would just read Prabhupada Nectar. And it's so real. I know when my children were little, I would also read Prabhupada Nectar to them. And, you can really know him by hearing his pastimes. Right now, my neighbor is Satsrup Das Goswami.
Wow.
And he's so sweet. He just lights up when you ask him. Last week I was delivering milk there, and I said, he was taking prashadam, and I said, oh, how did Prabhupada eat? So I think, he's still writing so many thousands of words a day. That's his commitment to Prabhupada. And what he likes to write most about is Prabhupada. So every time he thinks he's exhausted his writing, then he'll do some poetry or reread stuff he wrote and invoke more love. It's just endless. And something he said Prabhupada told him was, if you love me, then I will surely love you. So I feel Prabhupada's love, and I think that's what's kept me. And Radha Govinda, Radha Muralidhar have a special place, but Prabhupada's what brought us everything. He gave everything for us, so I'm so indebted. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shukmar Devi ki.
Thank you for the opportunity. Some people decry religion because all the stories are so old, God appeared so long ago, or some weird form or something, And in Krishna consciousness, God appeared over 500 years ago. That's not really so far back, relatively speaking. And then what's more, all these extraordinary people that you read about sometimes, and saints and stuff, it's all like antiquated, like they're made up people. But Prabhupada was here during my lifetime, which is extraordinary. And Prabhupada was extraordinary. I mean, we sort of take it for granted that he was extraordinary, but just stop for a moment and think about how extraordinary Prabhupada was and what he accomplished. And some people get uptight because he said this comment or he made that comment. And I say, shut up. I mean, not to be insensitive, but this is the most compassionate person you'll ever come across. When you're 69 going on 70, you go to another continent and you, without knowing what to expect and without knowing anybody, and you just give up a nice cozy arrangement that you had, very satisfied in Vrindavan, and
and go to some foreign land where nobody thinks the way you do, and the customs are so bizarre to you that you can't relate to any of it, and you're asking people to relate to what you have to offer. And by purity alone, he forcefully took people's hearts. I say forcefully meaning with force, like with power. He forced no one to do it. But by the force of his love and his unbound compassion, people flocked to him and would do anything for him. And people can also from the outside say, like, I remember a story Ravindra Prabhu told one time, that they were out on Sankirtan, and they were holding up a picture of Prabhupada and a picture of Krishna, and they were chanting and jumping around and having a great old time and distributing books, and somebody came up to Ravindra Prabhu and said, like, you guys, I see you here all the time. You're out here all day in the sun, in the snow. You're just giving your lives. You collect money and you give it all to him, pointing to the picture of Prabhupada. He's exploiting you. He's taking advantage of you. And Prabhupada took nothing for himself. I was just reading a Satsvarup Maharaj book. He said that a reporter, there was a press conference, and it was in some fancy hotel, I forget where it was. And the reporter asked him, he said, look, you're supposed to be a godly person, and yet here you are in this fancy hotel holding a press conference. And Prabhupada said, yeah. He said, I could sleep under a tree, but if I held a press conference there, you wouldn't come. It's true. So we're so quick to judge, and we don't recognize purity so easily because we're so far removed from it. But Prabhupada brought us this process so that gradually our hearts can become purified, and that we can become more sensitive when we see purity, when we see goodness, when we see transcendence. So, in conclusion, I was brought up in a religion that was very passive. It was like there was no goal. It was just, it was very passive. I guess the goal was to go to heaven, but we didn't really work toward that. But Prabhupada gave us all a reason to get up out of bed and gave us something to do every single day. He gave us purpose for every minute of our lives. And it's such a powerful thing. Krishna consciousness, bhakti, is progressive. You don't stagnate. You can, but it's not designed for us to stagnate. We move forward every moment if possible, every day, moving forward toward that goal, just of attaining Krishna's lotus feet. So for that amazing gift, just like taking bandages off of our eyes, and for the first time being able to see, oh wow, that's what life is for. I enjoyed my senses through countless lifetimes of animal life, and less and in human life. But that's not what human life is for. It's extraordinary what he gave us. And he is extraordinary. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Naranath Guru ki jai. Radha Bhakti Devi, would you like to?
So many reflections on this day. Of course, there's so much of Prabhupada's greatness to appreciate and reflect on. I also love to think about all of the tender moments with Srila Prabhupada, that, little small anecdotes of Srila Prabhupada that we don't always talk about in class. Little things like, I don't know where he was, but one time he was sitting on like a sofa, and there was a 3-year-old little girl called Kishori that was coming into the room while Prabhupada was speaking to people, And she would come into the room and just run right up to Prabhupada and like bang her hand on the couch, laugh, and then walk away. And she kept doing it back and forth, and the adults were like, she should go, she should leave. And Prabhupada was like, no, he was like playing with her while she was doing that. Or maybe you all know the story of Saraswati, the little Shyamasundar Prabhu's daughter. You know, I think there was like a deity of Krishna, and she was holding it, and Prabhupada, when she wasn't looking, he took it and he put it behind his back, and then he said, Saraswati, where is Srila Prabhupada? And she's like, I don't know, she's looking for him, and then she's like, Prabhupada has Krishna, where is Krishna? And she said, Prabhupada has Krishna, and he said, see, even this little girl can preach. So just so many sweet moments. Malati Prabhu serving him in India, Prasadam, and there were Indian gentlemen in the room who were thinking like, oh, this sannyasi is taking service from a woman. And he knew that they were thinking that, and he said, she would die for me and I would die for her. There's so many. There's another one when, you know, back in his time, you could walk people into the plane. You know, your guests or your family could walk you onto your seat and then walk off of the plane. So devotees had walked into his seat, and then there was one female disciple who started to cry. You know, Prabhupada, I don't want to leave you. I don't want you to leave. And he said, I know, but we will be, you know, connected through the holy names. And then something like a week or two later, he had written her a letter saying, I'm remembering you and your separation from me, and I'm also feeling separation from you. Or just, you know, somebody is sick and he has the remedy and he asks about them. Just so many beautiful, beautiful moments. But I think today what I'm feeling the most grateful for is similar to what you were saying, Yadanath Prabhu, that I just cannot imagine that any of us would be in any kind of good mental health without this philosophy of bhakti, looking at what's happening in the world between the election, between what's happening in the Middle East, and Prabhupada just gave us the lens with which to understand what's happening in the world, and for us to be okay and for us to help other people to be okay. He's given us a survival mechanism. He's given us everything. You know, I know Prabhupada's disciples talk about, he taught us how to dress, he taught us how to speak, he taught us how to eat, he taught us how to walk, he taught us how to interact. He literally taught us everything, and that's come to our generation as well. He's taught us everything. He's taught us how to be ladies and gentlemen, and he's taught us how to be okay in the onslaught of the material world. And yeah, I wish we could have met him. He left before I was born, but I always remember that he said, if you want to show your love for me, it's the way we can cooperate with one another. So this is what I meditate on today, that, you know, we will have disagreements, but let us be steeped in his books, and let us be steeped in love for each other and for him, and we'll usher in this golden age period and bring everybody to a place of, at a minimum, sanity in a world where we all feel a little insane sometimes. Thank you,
Haribol. Namaste Devi ki.
Jai.
Kulina Mahaprabhu, would you like to say something?
So I was having many reflections in my mind and heart. Some time ago I was talking to my mother, and she was sharing with me that how her life changed when she came across Prabhupada books. So it was 45 years ago when she received a book by a devotee, and she was just visiting a town as a tourist, and she got a book. And then that book basically brought bhakti to our family, and it was 45 years ago. And she had that pleasure and then that realization that whatever Prabhupada is writing in his books is out of compassion. And so much care she could feel. I never felt that till many years after. But it was only after I read Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrit that I could actually relate with Srila Prabhupada, see how he preaches, what is his mood, what is his heart. reflecting on that, I wrote something. So on this sacred occasion of your disappearance day, Srila Prabhupada, I bow my head in gratitude, reflecting on the unparalleled impact you have had on my life and on the lives of millions around the world. Your boundless compassion and relentless dedication brought the timeless teachings of Shri Krishna to the West and then to the whole world, illuminating hearts and minds with the light of pure devotion, Krishna Bhakti. And I was just reflecting that whatever I know, actually I know because of Srila Prabhupada. So it's like I feel as if I have received something from him and I'm just offering it back to him. Just like a child buying presents for his father on his birthday. So I'm just using some quotes from Srila Prabhupada, like translations. So Srila Prabhupada, there's a shloka, Bhuktaram yagatapasam sarva loka maheshwaram, srudam sarva bhutanam gyatva mam shantim hrichyati. A person in full Krishna consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace. So Srila Prabhupada, you are a living example of this shloka, as you have become such a beneficiary of so much love. You are such a benefactor and well-wisher of everyone. You lived as an embodiment of this verse. You exemplified that with dedication, you used every breath, every word, and every action in service of Krishna to the upliftment of every single person who came across you, and even beyond. You traveled across oceans in your advanced years and spread the holy name and Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada, on this day, I am just reflecting how much you actually gave to us. We have 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. Reading one verse a day would take maybe around 50 years to complete. You translated and wrote purpose to 17 volumes of Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is around 2,000 pages and around 12,000 verses. Reading one verse with purport will take 30 years, or 31 years actually. One page if we read, then we may finish it in 6 years. You wrote around 7,000 personal letters to his disciples. I can't still understand how you managed a worldwide organization just by writing letters. And you answered every single letter. I struggle even answering emails in my inbox, where all your letters were answered with such care. You gave lectures on Srimad Bhagavatam, you compiled the 11, and just lectures itself are 11 volumes of books. Your darshan conversations, 42 volumes of books are there just for what you spoke during darshans. You actually showed the world how to practically apply bhakti, how to live as a devotee. You published around 147 books. I was thinking reading one book a month would take 13 years to finish all the books we have written. Srila Prabhupada, I was reflecting that how truly blessed we are that such an Acharya was there in our midst. And it was so recently. Just like how Srila Vyasadeva did all the recording of Vedic literatures, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did by introducing the Sankirtan, Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati did by introducing and utilizing modern facilities for preaching. You actually made bhakti so easily accessible to all of us. On this day of your disappearance, I offer my gratitude again, and I pray that I can somehow participate in this wonderful movement and mission which you have started, and assist you in spreading the happiness of Krishna Bhakti in the lives of many, and especially mine. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Any ladies who would like to say anything? Yes? It's your first time here. Perfect timing. Would you like to share something? Get too shy? Okay. Bhakti, you want to share? Not so too shy? Any other ladies? Okay. I tried, ladies. I really did. I gave it. You want to? Good. There's not a lady. We're going.
Not in this world.
He can proclaim he wants to be a lady tonight.
In Krishna's dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my obeisances. Reflecting on this day, I'm thinking about all the festivals that we're having throughout the year. And we have this kind of transcendental gradation of mercy by different personalities. So we know that Krishna is the most merciful, and then we have Srimati Radharani's appearance day, and we're saying she's the most merciful, even more merciful than Krishna. And then we have Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day, and then we're saying he's even more merciful. And then we have Nityananda Prabhu's appearance day, and he's even more merciful. So we have this, we have something that is completely outside of any grammatical rules, because it's most and most and most and most merciful. But celebrating Srila Prabhupada is actually the most important day of the year, the 2 days that we celebrate Srila Prabhupada, and actually we celebrate Srila Prabhupada every day. But Srila Prabhupada is actually the most merciful for us, because he's embodying all of these personalities and taking all of this mercy and bringing it specifically personally to each and every one of us. And we know that devotee's heart is even more merciful than Krishna's heart. And so I'm really grateful to be here amongst all the devotees that are glorifying you, Srila Prabhupada, and I pray that I'm always in association of devotees who glorify you and love you so much. And as everyone has said, you've given us everything, given us the highest truth, which is, simply put, as you take the highest truth, but you put it in such a form that even we can understand. And that, as my Guru Maharaj always says, that really speaks to the depth of your realization, because it's very difficult to explain to someone who really shouldn't get it, but put it in the form that really allows us to understand without changing the essence of what you're saying. So you've given us the absolute highest truth, and through all of your disciples, or our gurus here, we feel your mercy. And I know that all of your disciples, even though they may be expressing things in different, seemingly different styles or moods, but they all are carrying the essence of what you've given, and the essence of your mission. And as my Guru Maharaj always says, specifically when he's giving initiation to a new disciple, that I'm only here to bring Prabhupada closer to all of you. And I feel like that is really the mood that all of your disciples have for you. They're just trying to be of service and be the lens, like glasses that don't bring us further away from the object that we're looking at, but they bring us closer to the object that we're looking at. So I pray to always have that association and feel your mercy that is flowing through all of your disciples and their disciples and their disciples. And I pray to feel that forever, and always be in association of such beautiful devotees as today. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
I spoke this morning, so I wasn't planning to speak this evening, but I'll just say something brief since he handed me a microphone. Srila Prabhupada's Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripasandrubhya-evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vanchakalpatrubhyascha, he's a wish-fulfilling desire tree. So different trees will produce different fruits. So this time of year, many people go out to Jersey or upstate and go apple picking. If you go up to an apple tree, you'll get an apple. Or if you go to an orange tree, you'll get an orange. If you go to a pineapple tree, you'll get a pineapple. But if you approach a desire tree, what kind of fruit does it give you? Whatever's in your heart. And so Srila Prabhupada, having that potency of being a pure, transparent mind medium, was able to so expertly reciprocate with the desires of a culture that in many ways was all over the place. And when we say Prabhupada built a house in which the whole world can live in, it means that he was able to accommodate every type of person that felt an inspiration to take the slightest step towards Krishna. And we can see that in the array of disciples that Srila Prabhupada has, and the array of grand disciples and great grand disciples that Srila Prabhupada has. And so for me, it's a reflection of every devotee that you meet in and of themselves is a glorification of Srila Prabhupada. Even the devotees that you love, and even the devotees that you least get along with, or that you, as Champak was saying, that different disciples may be doing things in different ways, that itself can be a glorification of Srila Prabhupada. That thing that they all have in common is their love and their appreciation, and the fact that they feel Prabhupada is reciprocating with their love in some way. Srila Prabhupada himself is so devoid of false ego. So just sometimes when, as Radha Bhakti also mentioned, Srila Prabhupada's lasting instruction for us was that we can show his love by how we love and cooperate with each other, because that's the mood in which Srila Prabhupada showed to every single one of us, is that when there's somebody of some difference, his mood was always, how can we keep this person engaged in service? How can we somehow keep this person connected? How can somehow they keep me connected? God knows if it wasn't for Prabhupada's mercy, I don't know where I'd be. And so just that reflection of the variety in our movement is in and of itself a glorification of Srila Prabhupada and his desire to reciprocate with the desires of each and every one of us to find a place in Krishna's movement. So thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for creating a beautiful house that has space for all of us. And I hope that I can continue to help make space and bring more people into that house for you. Hare Krishna.
Sabu, would you like to speak on?
Hare Krishna, glories to Srila Prabhupada. Just thinking on what to speak when I was, in case I get a chance, because everybody was speaking, but it's a common thread. I was contemplating on his title as being the founder Acharya of our movement, right? So many years ago when we got exposure into Krishna consciousness, and I heard a senior devotee at that time speak about the meaning of the founder Acharya beyond just the person who actually founded it. So that's kind of the obvious answer. But why is the founder Acharya? I was very new, I didn't relate to it as much, didn't understand it as much. But over the last 15, 20 years of trying to be a struggling devotee, I think that realization has been there. Maybe I just spend a couple of minutes on sharing that. So when we come into Krishna consciousness, my personal experience is that everything looks very rosy, everything looks very nice, everything looks divine, and everything looks that it's a spiritual world and you've just got an entry into it, right? So you won the lottery. So, but as you get in, start interacting with people, you realize it's the material world. And as Radhanath Maharaj often says, that everything that you see is a reflection of your own consciousness. So, and as we know, when we get into a spiritual practice, it's like the dust that was settled for millions of years. You stir it up with a broom and it's all dusty and dirty, and you thought you started cleaning the place, it looks more dirty. So initially we all just feel as we get into it through the sadhana practice, etc. And that reflects in our consciousness, reflects in interaction, reflects in how we look at people and see people, and we see that it's like so much different than what we think we are supposed to be, so much different than what Srila Prabhupada was preaching, so much different than what Bhagavatam is about, so much different than what Bhagavad Gita is about. And I think a lot of people lose faith. They get discouraged and they move on. The only way, and this is why I want to bring it back to the founder Acharya, the only way, this is my realization, I hope most of you relate to it, you can stay put, be in the boat, like Srila Prabhupada said, don't leave my dhoti, is only if you know of Srila Prabhupada. Right? I mean, I have not yet managed to study all the verses and everything of Bhagavatam, but fortunately enough, thanks to devotees of Srila Prabhupada like His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj and all that, I've seen the Abhaycharan series a few times before I even knew Yadanath Prabhu as Keith. That I strongly recommend, if you haven't seen, this is the time to do it. That keeps me grounded. Every time I come to a very conflicting situation, when I see my consciousness reflect onto somebody else and I see only negative, it's not Bhagavatam that keeps me, because I'm not a Bhagavata yet. Some lessons of Bhagavad Gita helps, but it's really thinking of Srila Prabhupada, that if he has given this to us, this must be genuine, this must be authentic, it exists. Krishna exists, and everything that Srila Prabhupada wants us to be will happen if we stick on to it. That's what gives me the comfort, that's what has kept me going in this movement for the last 15-20 years, when things are not the easiest, and particularly when you travel around countries, meet different people, your faith on the other way just kind of increases sometimes. So that's where I think Srila Prabhupada's presence as a founder, Acharya, all of us, for us who want to be here and want to be here for the lifetime, have to know Prabhupada, have to know his life, what he has given us and who he was personally, because that's what will give us faith. Krishna is far away, we haven't seen him, right? We haven't probably experienced a little bit here and there. We see Muralidhar, Muralidhar is Krishna, we get it. But Srila Prabhupada is real, he was here, and his life is what? If we study it well, if we hold it close to our heart, he'll give us the encouragement and all that we need to stay on for the rest of our lifetime and hopefully perfect it. Hare Krishna.
Hello, Srila Prabhupada ki, Sadhguru Gauranga Prabhu ki. Okay, so the curtains are going to open, and we will take this opportunity to everyone can offer a candle. I'll ask Gauranga Prabhu to sing, or someone else would like to sing. Jai Shri Prabhupada Gauranga Gauranga ki, Jai Shri Dev ki Jai. Yeah, if you could pass out the words from
Nam
Hare Prabhupada.